Please remember to like, subscribe and comment, as we love to hear back from our viewers. Also, if you enjoy our videos, please consider becoming a patron of our show through Patreon and or GoFundMe. Links are listed below the video in the description. From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gerry Kissell.
Hey guys, another episode of Pop Culture Minefield with Keith
and Gerry.
And today we're going to talk about some special stuff, and we have a little treat for you. But to begin with, we're going to start with Dune, because we've already mentioned last week that they started filming.
Yeah.
With Denis Villeneuve's new film. But they're also releasing a hardback edition of the book, which is really awesome.
For those of you that consider yourselves collectors, you love reading books, you've not read Dune, you don't own a copy, here is your chance to own a copy of the book.
Hardback.
Best way to do it.
And on top of that, if you are a serious aficionado of science fiction, you cannot call yourself that if you don't have and haven't read the book.
It's a masterpiece.
It is. It is
classic literature.
The greatest science fiction novel probably ever written. It is the War and Peace of science fiction. So
great for a 60s novel.
Yeah. So we've got that coming out. And then on top of that, he just got to see the video, Watchmen on HBO. Very exciting stuff. It is not, the showrunner talked about it in an interview.
Yeah, Damien Lindelof.
Yeah, he said this is not a reboot. We're not retreading any territory that's already been tread before. This is a follow-up. This is what happened to these people after the events of the comics/movies. Yeah. And so with that said, we've got Ozymandias, played by Jeremy Irons, which is just fantastic. We have
a new character played by Regina King, but also a character played by Don Johnson.
Don Johnson wearing a cowboy hat and probably a bad guy because he relishes playing bad guys. And on top of that, we have a new Rorschach. Maybe that's Regina King. I don't know. We don't know who Rorschach is, but this Rorschach is different than the one that was killed at the end of the comic book and the movie, because Manhattan killed him in both iterations.
Yeah.
And he died. He was obliterated. So this iteration doesn't have the mask that was all radioactive and did all that crazy stuff. This is somebody with a hood that smeared black makeup all over it to look like Rorschach. And are they as crazy? Are they as dangerous? Are they as good and powerful a vigilante as Rorschach was? We'll find out. When does that air? Do we know anything about that yet?
Not yet, but I mean, it's coming.
It's coming. It'll be out this year, so
yeah.
It's good stuff, good stuff. And with that, our treat for you right now is we're going to break away and let you meet a little thing named Susan. Susan Leighton is with 1428elm.com. She's also with, what was the other one I mentioned? Gary Viegler's Nerderotic. People from Nerderotic know her, so and
knowledgeable, fun,
knows her stuff. She knows her stuff, and she's a friend of mine, and she's now a friend of Keith's.
It is a sincere honor to have her on this show. All the more reason for everyone currently watching to just gather the kids around and check out what she says.
And here she is, guys. Susan Leighton. We're calling this the Nerdsday with Susan. Logo, see that? Anyway, Nerdsday with Susan. Hi, Susan.
Thanks, Keith and Gerry. Hi, I'm Susan Leighton, and welcome to my Pop Culture Minefield segment. Each week, I'm going to talk about different topics related to showbiz and basically what grinds my gears. But first, a little bit of an introduction. I am the editor at 1428 Elm, and we're Fansided Entertainment's premier horror site. I'm also a writer girl at Krypton Radio, and some of you may remember me as half of the podcasting duo on Nerderotic, Friday Night Tights. Today, I want to talk to you about the $6 Billion Man movie. Now, any of you that know me on social media are familiar with the fact that, yes, I love the $6 Million Man. It was my jam growing up, and to me, it was one of the quintessential 70s television shows. So, understandably, when I found out that it was going to be made into a big screen adaptation, I was quite excited. Now, this project has a little bit of a history. When I first found out about it, Jim Carrey was attached, the Weinstein brothers were involved, and they envisioned it as a comedy. No. So glad that didn't come to fruition, because to me it would have been flat out disastrous and horrible, and I do enjoy Jim Carrey. So we segue to 2017, and Warner Brothers steps in because we all know what happened with the Weinstein brothers. They take over the project, and numerous directors parade in and out of this venture. I mean, it's like a revolving door. So finally, last week, Variety reported that Travis Knight of Bumblebee is going to man the helm for the $6 Billion Man. Great news. That was a terrific picture. It was a lot of fun. And he has a background in animation, so he knows how to deal with special effects. I mean, he did Kubo, he did the Box Trolls, and he did Paranorman. So I think this is a good fit. However, what I don't think is such a good fit is Mark Wahlberg. Now, for those of you that like Mark, I'm going to preface this with, I do enjoy him as an actor. I loved him in Boogie Nights. He's great in the Teds, and he was good in Invincible as well, and I loved him in The Perfect Storm. But truth be told, Mark is not a box office draw. I'm going to be honest. I mean, how many of you out there have gone, oh my God, Mark Wahlberg's opening up a picture? We've got to go. None of you. So let's be real and talk about what they need to do to make sure that this gets to the silver screen. First of all, I think we really need to think about changing the lead role. We need to get another actor in there. One that's box office proven, one that has a presence. And I've got some suggestions. Why not look to Marvel? We already know that that's a huge success, and anybody that's involved in the universe knows how to deal with special effects, so it's a win-win. Why not Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth? Let's talk about that for a second. Evans, kind of a no-brainer. Steve Rogers, Captain America, enough said. Chris Hemsworth, freaking Thor. Presence, box office, hit. Now, Wahlberg, he has played a military man before, and I keep hearkening back, though, to Planet of the Apes in 2001. He just wasn't believable as somebody that went through the NASA space program. I'm sorry, not an astronaut. But Hemsworth and Evans, definitely. I can imagine them actually, knowing what to do in a space capsule, knowing how to react if something goes wrong. And these kind of skills are going to be critical to bring Steve Austin to life. And plus, you have to instill pathos in this character. Because the same with Lee Majors, when they made him bionic in the television show, he didn't know how to cope. And face it, who really would know how to cope? And we need that inner turmoil at first, and I think Hemsworth and Evans could bring that to the screen much more so than Mark Wahlberg. I'm interested to know what you guys think, so please leave us some comments. If you've enjoyed what we've done here tonight, smash the like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Oh, and feel free to leave me in the comments section any topic that you want me to tackle, and I'll be more than happy to do so. Back to you, Keith and Gerry. See ya.
All right, thank you, Susan. That was really awesome, talking about the $6 billion man. Well said, and we're looking forward to more news coming out on that film. But with that is this episode of Pop Culture Minefield with Keith
and Gerry.
And we guys want to wish you a good Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow. Y'all come back now.